Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of MCQs for Judiciary Exams. Let's begin with the first question. Why must state amendments concerning university appointments align with UGC regulations? A. To maintain uniformity and legality. B. To increase state government control. C. To reduce the governor's authority. Or D. To delay university functioning. The correct answer is option A, to maintain uniformity and legality. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of MCQs for Judiciary Exams. Let's begin with the first question. Why must state amendments concerning university appointments align with UGC regulations? A. To maintain uniformity and legality. B. To increase state government control. C. To reduce the governor's authority. Or D. To delay university functioning. The correct answer is option A, to maintain uniformity and legality. The Madras High Court described the Tamil Nadu amendments that removed the governor's power to appoint vice chancellors in state universities as glaring unconstitutionality. These amendments conflicted with the University Grants Commission regulations and were therefore struck down temporarily by the court. The bench emphasized that such blatant violation of constitutional procedures could not be ignored even during court vacations. Question 2. Why is including a mother's name in a child's educational records important? A. It is optional information. B. Key part of legal and social identity. C. Only the father's name matters. Or D. Names do not affect educational records. The correct answer is option B. Key part of legal and social identity. The Rajasthan High Court in Chirag Naruka versus Chairman Board of Secondary Education, Rajasthan, Ajmer and others held that a mother's name in educational records is crucial because it establishes a child's complete legal, social and emotional identity. Question 3. What does facts in issue mean? A. Only facts proving guilt. B. Facts unrelated to the case. C. Only witness statements. Or D. Facts determining rights or liabilities. The correct answer is option D. Facts determining rights or liabilities. Section 2G of BSA states, facts in issue means and includes any fact from which, either by itself or in connection with other facts, the existence, non-existence, nature or extent of any right, liability or disability, asserted or denied in any suit or proceeding necessarily follows. Question 4. Which section of BNSS deals with the search for persons wrongfully confined? A. Section 95. B. Section 98. C. Section 100. Or D. Section 102. The correct answer is option C. Section 100. Section 100 BNSS allows a district magistrate, subdivisional magistrate, or first-class magistrate to issue a search warrant if they believe a person is wrongfully confined. The person named in the warrant can search for the confined individual, and if found, they must be taken before a magistrate for appropriate action. Question 5. A marriage of Sunni male with a Muslim female of any sect is A. Valid, B. Void, C. Invalid, or D. Voidable. This question was asked in Uttarakhand JSE 2022. The correct answer is option A. Valid. In Islamic personal law, a Sunni Muslim male can marry a Muslim female from any sect because both parties belong to the Muslim community, which is considered a single religious entity despite sectarian differences. The marriage is valid as long as other essential conditions of Islamic marriage or nikah are fulfilled. And now it's time for today's practice question. DK Basu versus State of West Bengal contains guidelines for A. Arrest of persons, B. Right to speedy trial, C. Anticipatory bail, or D. All of these. Question was asked in Uttarakhand JSA 2020. Do send us your answers in the comment section. Thanks for watching.